Hello, friends, and thanks for tuning into Taste Radio, the #1 podcast for anyone building a business in food and beverage. I'm Ray Latif, the editor and producer of Taste Radio, and with my co-hosts for this episode, John Craven, Jacqui Brugliera, and Mike Schneider. John Craven, the founder and CEO of BevNET, is on one of his several trips to San Diego throughout the year. I believe this is your first. Yes?
Thanks for keeping track, Ray.
I mean, I have to. It's when we have parties in the office is when you're not here. And you're
Oh, man. Don't tell. Nice work, Ray.
Sorry. Anywho, I hope they're treating you well. I hope they're taking good care of you out there.
Yeah, generally. It's nice and sunny and rainy and all that stuff out here.
Yeah, we had like a tornado warning yesterday morning as soon as Craven was landing.
So you've got full Wrath of God stuff happening out there right now. I saw, did you see the reel of the person just straight hydro? It's not raining that hard, but someone just hydroplanes on the highway and the SUV just bomb.
Was that in LA or was that in San Diego?
I think it might have been LA.
Yeah, LA is having some serious problems. But yeah, hopefully you guys will be out of this weather cycle pretty soon. Yeah. But John, you were at the Naturally San Diego event last night. I believe it was a community gathering.
Jacqui was there too.
Jacqui, you were there too? Okay, right on.
Yes, I was.
And Landis too, don't forget that.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I only follow John on Instagram, so that's probably why.
I don't think I Instagrammed anything
Not
from it.
true.
I forgot to.
No, I'm the one that Instagrammed.
Yeah.
You did?
I forgot.
Okay.
Do you
man,
not
I'm all
follow
over the
me,
place.
Ray?
Wow.
I follow
Called
both of your
out.
accounts, Jacqui.
I saw Jacqui Instagramming.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, anyway, how was the event?
It was delightful.
Yeah, it was great. It was at Anime, which is a restaurant owned by Brian Malarkey, who is the founder of Chef's Life.
Who is animated.
He's very animated.
Yeah, he was there standing on the counter.
Yeah, and then cooking up some scallops with his Chef's Life oils. But it was really cool. It was great community gathering in preparation for the Unify show today. Just it's awesome to see the San Diego community growing. The place was packed.
And lots of people from LA too.
Yes.
I assume they were bouncing ideas off each other, trying to figure out what to say to the Unify reps and in hopes of getting a deeper relationship, a better relationship with those folks. Yeah,
lots of conversations about, what they're doing, what they're preparing to do. I mean, also these shows are a little bit more intimate and they have a focused goal rather than say like Expo West where there could be anyone stopping by the booth. So definitely focus more on just their retail pitch. The Naturally San Diego branch is pretty fantastic. The Naturally Network is an amazing way for folks in the food and beverage community to meet, network, again, bounce ideas off each other. But the San Diego branch in particular, I mean, it was just amazing how well they put on their events and stay in touch with each other and just make sure that they're helping people as much as they possibly can at the community at large. But that chapter is again, if you're not involved in that chapter and you're part of the San Diego community, San Diego area, you should definitely check it out. You're
missing out.
Yeah, and tonight we're heading to a Startup CPG meetup as well. So a lot of activity in the San Diego market this week.
Nice. Where is Irwindale, California in relation to San Diego? Does anyone know? I should probably
never heard of it
up.
Actually.
Because Irwindale, California is where Huy Fong Foods is headquartered. Did I pronounce that correctly, Mike?
I don't know. Huy Fong Foods is one of the greatest makes one of the greatest products in the history of products.
Yes. So Huy Fong Foods is the OG Sriracha sauce. I mean, anyone who has had Sriracha in their life has probably had Huy Fong Foods. There's other varieties out there, but Huy Fong is the best known one. It has that rooster on the front of pack. It's got a whole bunch of copy in white letters. I mean, it's a clear bottle with a green cap, but I mean, if you saw this, you would know what it is. However, Huy Fong Foods was part of some controversy, or has been part of some controversy in recent years, because people think that the formulation has changed. So in an article on the takeout.com, which is quickly becoming one of my favorite websites. The takeout.com is owned by GO Media, which also owns Deadspin and AV Club and sites like
Ooh,
that.
AV Club, one of my favorites.
AV Club is fantastic. So as this story explains, back in July 2020, Huy Fong sent shockwaves through the market by warning the public that in the midst of COVID-related supply issues, a Sriracha shortage was looming. So then they got into, I guess, a bit of a tiff with their chili pepper supplier, which is Underwood Ranches. There's a whole lawsuit.
Yeah, they're famous for that's the only place that they source their peppers from.
Well, not anymore.
Ooh.
So through this lawsuit, or after this lawsuit, they decided to break up this relationship, and Huy Fong had to find a new supplier for peppers. Well,
there's your change in formulation right there.
But is it? So people are claiming that it tastes different. Now, I haven't had Sriracha in a bit, but the rumor, I guess, or what's out there is that it doesn't taste as spicy as it used to. So I have some spoons here. I'm sorry, John. I waited until you were not here.
Yeah.
For this, but I'm gonna.
I'm not sorry that I'm not there.
You don't like Sriracha?
I don't know. Just having it straight from the bottles, kind of.
Yeah. If it's not spicy, I don't want it.
I don't know. I feel like it's spicier, honestly.
Really?
And again, I haven't had Sriracha in a while, but that was really spicy.
Yeah, therein lies the problem with the taste test.
You got to get a bottle, like an OG bottle. And
I totally disagree with Ray. It's a little less spicy. Like, you can't just garbage mouth that stuff, and I feel like I could just go, here I will.
Okay.
Also,
you owe me $5.
Also, side note. Oh, geez, that is kind of gross.
Yeah, I could do that all day.
If you haven't seen the now decade-old Sriracha documentary, highly recommend watching it. It's, I think, only like 40 minutes or something, but really interesting backstory that will help this give some context to this conversation here.
If you're a product person, that is the documentary to watch, and everyone who listens is a product person. If you haven't seen that documentary, John's absolutely right. They talk about the simplicity of making the product. They talk about the stages of products that they're making and how it's basically it's one batch that they start with, and then everything is additive to get to the different. I think it's 4 different products that they make.
Well, they're going to have to make some adjustments to that documentary because it's just
I don't think they're going to adjust the documentary, but you're right. Yeah,
they're going to go back in time.
No, but I mean, the reason we couldn't do a side-by-side test is because this has an expiration date. And so, if we had one from 2020, it wouldn't taste like it should in the first place. So hence, this is what we have.
It's still spicy, but it's slightly less spicy.
Yeah, this article from the Takeout recommends Roland. You know Roland, that like multinational condiment supplier, ROLAND. I think they also make like sardines and stuff. They pointed out that Roland's was much spicier than this. I thought
it's going to take more than a pepper change to get me to stop eating Sriracha. That stuff's amazing.
Well, hopefully the millennials approve, because the millennials are the ones that are crazy about Sriracha, right, Jacqui?
Yeah, I love Sriracha. I mean, I think someone compared it to like the Heinz of ketchup, which
yes,
it completely is. Like, you expect it to be on tables ready to go wherever you go. Exactly.
Now, John has been chomping at the bit. He's got his Bird Rock coffee. That's Bird Rock coffee, isn't it?
No, Ray.
What is that?
Some place that I will not name because it's not very good.
Okay. Sorry to hear that. Why is it still on the table?
No, I was kind of like, I walked in the place, I got the coffee, I was like, this is not good. And then I was like, is Mike back there? Like, yeah.
Wow,
but,
burn.
I got left behind.
Wow. You were like I was going to make I'm not going to make that Department of Education joke. Anyway.
I thought about going to Bird Rock, and I did. If you saw my Instagram for my flight out here, I brought in a Bird Rock commandeer that I had at home, and I was like the weirdo who I was like, can I just have a cup of hot water? I think they were like, what are you doing? But
John's heading to San Diego. He's like heading to the Bon Jovi concert wearing the Bon Jovi t-shirt. He's taking the San Diego coffee on the plane.
Yeah, I was bringing it back to San Diego, yeah.
All right. Well, to go with your coffee, your subpar coffee, John,
yes,
you have a very delightful snack that is unlike many snacks that we've ever seen.
Unlike any snack I've ever seen.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
this is, I guess, a now half-eaten bag of Cho's Choco Nachos, which is a limited edition chocolate product. I guess technically it's made with cocoa butter, not kind of standard chocolate. that you would think of, but it basically tastes like you're biting into some nacho cheese. So I think we need to have a sample here.
Yeah, let's do it.
After you, Ray. You got to try this.
CHO is TCHO. It's a plant-based chocolate company based in Berkeley, California.
Plant-based
many folks
nacho
have-
chocolate. See, Jackie's going back for another one here.
You won't know if it's the best thing you've
Okay.
ever had or the worst.
Okay.
But Ray, you don't like cheese though, right?
I'm not a huge cheese person.
So-
Let's see here.
Might not be for you.
It's vegan though. It's not real cheese.
Okay, fine. Yeah, just the aroma is not for me.
Did you taste it?
That's not for me. It's too weird. I don't particularly
This is
love.
so weird.
It's so weird. But
There are just colliding flavors and smells and things that you don't expect them
Jacqui,
to be in,
did you
so.
did you ever taste Play-Doh as a kid? Because I did.
I did, yeah.
It has a little of that consistency.
It does a little
Yeah.
bit. Except it has like the crumbs in it because it has what is it, like the tacos or the tortilla chips in there?
Well, my table was always pretty dirty, so my Play-Doh had crumbs in it too.
This is kind of like Spaceman ice cream, but they did it with nachos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Well, according to the press release, this is the result of years of dedication and experimentation, led by Chief Chocolate Maker Brad Kinzer, who we interviewed on Taste Radio a couple of years back, I want to say. And these are available through CHO's online store. All supplies last. I mean, I have a ton of respect for CHO. I mean, they made that huge move that I guess it would say earth-shattering within the chocolate community move to go 100% plant-based. I believe that was also 2 years ago. And talked about why it is the right thing to do from a sustainability standpoint. And also just from, to prove that they can produce a delicious chocolate without using animal products in it. So kudos to CHO, and even though this is not my necessarily favorite product of theirs, it's really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely shows, it's a nice sort of flex in terms of their skill and creativity. And I think it's really like outside the box, but also really well done. I mean, I think it's very smart that this is only, I think, bag, 495 of 500 that they made. So they're not rolling this out in Walmart or something like that.
Oh, wow.
But
okay.
It's definitely a conversation piece.
It is.
It's something you put on your coffee table? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah. On your coffee table, it might stay there for a while though,
Oh,
depending
gosh.
on who comes over. But speaking of plant-based flexes,
Okay.
the founders of Jolly Moss, somehow we found each other on Instagram, and Jolly Moss makes a sea moss chocolate pudding dietary supplement, and we had the fortune of finding us finding them. They've been listening to Taste Radio, and they asked if we'd give their sea moss pudding a try.
Jolly Moss Sea Moss Pudding. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting because it's on the front of pack. It's described as a dietary supplement.
It is.
Yeah, that is interesting. How does it taste? Is it good?
It's so tasty.
Can you hold a spoonful up so we can see the consistency?
Yep.
It's lighter and airier than a thick and sort of more indulgent chocolate pudding, but
It's lighter, airier, but it leaves you with the essence of indulgence too. It says you should have 2 to 3 tablespoons daily. They warn me that it's highly perishable. You can refrigerate it for up to 3 weeks. Avoid double dipping to prolong shelf life, which we did not do. No double dipping.
Jeez.
Yeah, as someone that eats sea moss gel pretty regularly for someone that eats sea moss gel, it's cool to see that there's like some innovation and flavor and creating something that's tasty, because so far what I've seen is just the gel with maybe a little bit of flavoring, and then it's just like kind of goop. But it's nice that this is something that you could actually eat regularly and enjoy the experience.
18 calories for 2 tablespoons. It's sea moss, wild harvested sea moss, purified water, cacao, agave nectar, vanilla, dehydrated oat milk, MCT oil, and that's it.
Do we have a price?
Mike was looking for a label that's had the price on
$1
it.
million.
Sea moss gel has been expensive
Right.
since it's hard to source. And
We'll report back later.
It's interesting, yeah, that it has a
Does
supplement.
it come from sea monkeys?
It has a supplement facts panel on it.
They're the harvesters.
As much as this is described as a pudding, I almost feel like the chocolate pudding, is the flavor of the sea moss, or for this sea moss product, which again is described as a supplement and not necessarily a food.
I mean, I knew what to do with it when they said it was pudding. I knew that we were just going to have tablespoons of it, so that was good. And it definitely has the consistency.
On the internet here, I can't find this product quickly, but it looks like a jar. A jar of sea moss gel is about $40.
Oh,
So
yeah,
well,
That's
thank you so
standard.
much.
Thank you, Jolly Moss.
to the folks from Jolly Moss. Now, to wash all this down, which we need something to wash all this down, I have a can of Nitro Hot Cinnamon Spice Black Tea, which is a product from Harney & Sons. Harney & Sons is a New York-based maker of loose leaf, bag tea, and RTD, ready-to-drink teas. And I got this at my family shop in Connecticut. If you want to know more, email me. And I remember they did a nitro tea a few years back, but I hadn't seen it on the market in a while. And so when I saw this in the cooler, I grabbed it as quickly as I could. Nitro Hot Cinnamon Spice Black Tea. Would you like some, Mike?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. It comes in this black can, this matte black can,
Ooh.
11 ounces.
Smells like Red Hots.
Yeah, and it's got this
Woo! it's really good.
This,
I like the nose.
dragon and almost English royalty kind of imagery on the front of pack.
And it has the essence of Red Hots too, the candy.
Yeah, it's much lighter than I would expect. I thought this was going to be a little bit heavier. It's 0 calories, which is fantastic, and 0 grams of sugar. The ingredients are a brewed infusion of water, black tea, orange peel, natural cinnamon flavor, cinnamon, cloves, absorbic acid, citric acid, sodium citrate.
It's like a jawbreaker, which by the nature of the name, I know is not your favorite candy.
No, I don't like to break my jaw.
But like after you eat a jawbreaker, this is what the flavor that's left.
Nice.
It's really good.
It is tasty. All right. While we're digesting, I got to talk about another story that's been out there and in the news. And I'm curious as to your thoughts on it. You're being the host of Taste Radio. And I want to frame this as our new segment, relatively new, 2024 segment called Buy or Sell. Now, I'm sure you all heard that Starbucks has introduced olive oil into their coffees. They have a new line of products called Oleato. And the origin story, according to Starbucks, began in Sicily when Starbucks founder Howard Schultz was introduced to the Mediterranean custom of having a spoonful of olive oil. As he sipped his morning coffee, he was inspired to try the two together. There he unlocked the unexpected, coffee enhanced with lush, velvety flavor that lingers beautifully on the palate. I don't know if I've seen a single person buy this product at Starbucks. I'm sorry to say, but I don't know. I like olive oil. I like coffee. Do the two make any sense together? I'm not sure. Buy or sell, Jacqui?
I'm selling. I don't know. Again, I don't think there's a need for this. I think people are going to be confused by it. Also, even when you're making it, like there's probably going to be separation. What does that look like at the store? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Like, just why?
So
Why?
this came out, I think, a year ago, and this is the like rollout like to all Starbucks, right? So I just want to read you this headline here from the BBC, who's covering this, that says Starbucks' new olive oil infused coffee has customers complaining of laxative side effects.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Apparently, it's an explosive release.
That's not good.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, on that information alone, I think it's a sell. But I just and I want to give some context here. I mean, I think I appreciate that Starbucks does innovative things. They're trying to push the envelope. They're trying to be the leader when it comes to coffee innovation. I think this is a bit of a stretch for customers. I think this is something that a few customers would appreciate but it should be more of a limited time offering than sort of a nationwide or global rollout. It's again, I mean, if you look at the CHO nachos, right, and that's not something they're going to roll out to every CHO retailer in the country, but
I think it has an interesting education challenge, and Starbucks has obviously introduced other products that, like, I still don't know what the hell cold foam is, right? But that obviously is something that people buy. So
It's cold foam.
Yeah, but where does it come from? Like, I don't understand.
it's like that movie, The Stuff.
Yeah, I mean, but in any event, this seems kind of like it has a different challenge of explaining it to consumers why you need that ingredient in your product, in your coffee.
And I was kind of curious if there's a functional benefit, like bulletproof coffee.
We just heard the functional benefit.
Yeah.
Extra laxative. Yes.
Oh boy.
But like the reason why people do take a tablespoon of olive oil in the morning is for functionality. It's the healthy fats. So if you're combining the two, like, are you trying to have that functional benefit?
Well, I don't know yet, but Amanda Huang and I tried this right before the show. So we made oleatos or whatever oleates, olive oil lattes. We made them upstairs.
Okay.
And it's weird. I mean, we made them with, first of all, we made them with Oatly Super Basic, which is a new oat milk that I think is a game changer. It's 4 ingredients. It's insanely good. It tastes as milky as anything oat we've had yet, and it holds up really well in a latte. There's separation, but initially it looks beautiful when you pour it in froths and all that stuff. So we were told that you're supposed to use oat milk. So we used oat milk, and we put the olive oil in, and we frothed the milk, made the latte, tasted it. It's weird. It's not bad, first of all. It doesn't taste bad at all. It's pretty good. But I just don't understand why with the warning label that's on it, you'd want that.
Yeah.
Because coffee in the first place already does that.
Well, Starbucks also has a reputation of being a pretty expensive coffee retailer, and
so what are they going to charge for olive oil?
So a 16-ounce grande is about $6, according to a story I'm seeing on Business Insider. So, I mean, it just seems a little bit more limited edition, limited interest, limited demand than I would think. But I mean, they had the initial rollout last year, and now they're rolling it out to all U.S. Starbucks stores and some international stores as well. So who knows?
People are going to want to try it. They're going to want to know what it tastes like, and then we'll see if it's. I don't.
But there's try, and then there's repeat purchase.
Right, exactly.
So
I don't see it holding on. I think it's a thing to get people to come into the store.
You're selling.
I sell. It's a marketing stunt.
Well, I don't know if I'd call it a marketing stunt. Fireball
What would you
flavored
call it?
Fireball flavored lipstick is a marketing stunt. Which, Fireball introduced a.
I'll give it to you. It's an expensive marketing stunt.
Okay.
If they're rolling it out nationally, yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway,
but at the end of the day, all it is okay. We've got to ship some olive oil to all of our Starbucks.
yes.
Teach somebody how to put it into into the milk, because that's where we frothed it, and that's what we were told to do. So
The real question is, will Jeff Hansberry, who is the CEO of Partana, which is the supplier of the olive oil to Starbucks stores, and the former CEO of Evolution Fresh, which was owned by Starbucks a couple of years ago until they offloaded the company, and we've had Jeff Hansberry on stage at BevNet Live, will he still speak to me after this conversation? Because I'm in conversations with the Partana team to sit down with Jeff, and he's going to hear this and be like, "Hey Ray, go blank yourself." So who knows?
we're not the first ones to question whether this is a good idea. Also, any PR is good PR. I'm sure he's like,
I don't think he's happy hearing that this is going to cause explosive issues.
We didn't say that.
We didn't
that was
say
reported.
it. BBC did.
Oh, we're
I mean, what do you think cold foam does to your insides?
I don't know, but you know
or
what they
just
say.
coffee in general.
Have you ever
Yeah.
heard the phrase "kill the messenger"?
I get you.
Yes, we were the messenger in this
I
case.
just tell him, just blame me.
Okay, I will blame you, Mike.
Thank you.
All right. I mentioned Fireball. Fireball came out. This is definitely a marketing stunt. Sazerac, which is the maker of Fireball whiskey. We've talked about Fireball in the past. It's cinnamon flavored whiskey. They released earlier this week their first ever custom lipstick called Cinnamon Delight. It is inspired. It's a game day accessory. They call it the game day accessory. Game day, they're talking about the Super Bowl, inspired by the world's hottest couple, a.k.a. Trailer, Travis Kelce, and Taylor Swift.
Trailer.
You ever heard Trailer before?
I don't like it.
No? Okay. And it's on sale now for $13.87. I believe our colleague, Nosh managing editor, Monica Watrous, bought some of this, so we'll have to ask her about her experience with some Fireball.
So she's got ranch and Fireball now.
Yes,
Okay.
she's all about the ranch and the Fireball. All right. Speaking of the Super Bowl, buy or sell, $2.5 million will get you a suite at the Super Bowl and all the kinds of things and all kinds of food you could eat. You get a souvenir popcorn waiting by the door. You can get a bacon-wrapped hot dog, a barbecue burnt end burrito, glazed donut Super Bowl sundae, carne asada fries, seafood stuffed potato. I'm watching this on Instagram. It looks terrible. Surf and turf nachos, Wagyu beef hot dog. Okay, that's the first decent thing I see there, and a frozen cheesecake. You know, this is insane. And there's a full service bar, John. This is insane. I would think, okay, you can probably invite into this suite 25, 30, maybe even 50 people. But as a souvenir popcorn, is popcorn served in a souvenir Super Bowl container, the kind of thing that you would expect in terms of food. Just like, you got to have like caviar and like champagne for every single, you have to have 2 bottles per person, 2 containers or 2 tins of caviar per person. This is crazy.
I'm definitely selling it for 2 reasons. One is it's not at the Emirates with the team red and white playing, and 2 is that I get $2.5 million. Somebody who really wants this can have it. I don't know.
It's just driving me crazy. It's just like, this is bowling alley food.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think it's a question. I mean, I watched the video. It looks like trash.
Oh,
This is one of those like, they don't need to put the price out there because whoever is buying this does not care about the price.
Yeah, they're probably doing it for the sweet over than the food, like just to bring all their friends.
Or just to get morons like us to talk about it.
Yeah.
No, 100%. You get the suite. You get the experience of watching the Super Bowl. It's all fun and games. But like, you gotta have better food than this. This is ridiculous. I mean,
that's a Wagyu hot dog.
Like a sushi guy or something? Like,
no,
what do you want?
There was no sushi. There was the biggest thing. The first thing they led with was the souvenir popcorn. I'm getting angry now.
Devil's advocate here is where is the Super Bowl again?
Las Vegas.
Okay,
Vegas,
so
bro.
SoFi Stadium's stadium food it's a cut above a lot of stadium food that I've had. So
the seafood stuffed potato looks like vomit. Sorry, I'm losing it. All right, onto more important things. A couple years ago, onto our next buy or sell. A couple years ago, Coca-Cola introduced a new limited edition flavor called Starlight. And it was described as a space-inspired Coca-Cola product that is supposed to recreate the taste and feel of space. However, a lot of people didn't figure out.
I'm like, what is?
How do you know it's space tastes?
Well,
like?
that's the beauty. You're not going to know. So
They can give you anything.
this is what space.
this is like that Coca-Cola Starlight when they were telling, it tastes like.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about, yeah. So apparently, some people called it tastes a little like minty cotton candy sprinkled with vanilla, and it has a red tint to it. Anyway, I haven't seen Coca. I think Brad, our colleague Brad Avery, our senior reporter for BevNet, bought a bottle, and
I tried
he said it was okay.
Yeah.
It was weird.
But
it was weird.
It was only on the market for like a few months.
It wasn't that shocking. It was kind of like a little bit of cotton candy in a Coke.
Yeah. Well, apparently people still love space-inspired foods or are still interested in space-inspired foods because Oreo Cookies launched a new product called Space Dunks. This is a limited edition product that, according to the press release, is a galaxy-inspired limited edition cookie and a chance for a fan to join the brand on an expedition where no Oreo cookie lover has gone before, to the edge of space. Each cookie is stuffed with layers of blue and pink, quote-unquote, cosmic cream with marshmallowy flavor and popping candies that create a supernova bursting sensation with each bite. Man, that is some good marketing copy
They
right
want you to
there.
read it like this, though. The edge of space.
That was pretty good, Mike.
I think that's how they wrote it.
Okay. Now I'm going to open this up. I'm sorry once again, John. You can't have it. We'll save some
Yeah.
for you. Would you even eat this?
I mean,
if you-
I would. This is like you won't touch cheese. I'm not touching
artificial
weird
everything.
cookies with like 5 million ingredients and like Pop Rocks in the middle.
Okay, but can I ask you about this whole space thing? Is this a millennial thing? I mean, are you buying that like people are interested in space junk starlight stuff? Jacqui?
I don't know. I think there's like this weird buzz with space right now, and like the commercialization of space, and people are, super wealthy people are just trying to go and like take a little tour. So it's like glorifying this. I don't know if it's going to be like a flash in the pan or something to stay. I'm selling on this.
I'm also not going to drink Mountain Dew after I eat the space dust here, or the Pop Rocks or whatever.
Do you explode then?
Well, I mean, Lesser Evil, the maker of Better For You and organic snacks, they have a line of cheese balls that they call space balls. These are the alternative to, cheese balls. And I had some the other day, and they're made with, plant-based cheese. They're really tasty. They're lighter and fluffier, but I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what the draw is, like what the interest is among consumers, or at least younger consumers, for space-inspired foods.
I have thoughts.
You have thoughts
Uh-huh.
on the cookie itself?
On the cookie.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, it's half stuff. That's not even, or 3/4 stuff. There needs to be more stuff. Kids want the stuff.
You're
in
talking about
Oreo.
the cream.
Yeah, the cream. It's called
Okay.
stuff. And then I think kids would like this. The Pop Rocks are fun, but it doesn't, it just needs to taste more like an Oreo. It needs to have more stuff.
Are the Pop Rocks still?
Yeah, they're still popping.
They're still popping. That would drive me crazy. I
They're
think
popping.
I'm gonna eat this after we hop off the mics.
I'd rather have Tobacco.
You want fish eggs in your Oreos?
I would rather have Tobacco.
Yeah.
in my
Okay,
Oreos, yeah.
that makes
Pop,
sense.
pop, pop. That's my favorite pop. How about you,
Yeah.
Jacqui?
The pop of Tobacco? I mean,
Yeah.
I'll take that over Pop Rocks. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's always been an obsession with space. I mean, I grew up watching Space Jam. That was like my favorite
yeah.
movie.
Okay. Fair enough.
Not Star Wars.
Yeah.
Space Jam.
I don't know.
Jacqui grew up watching
Basketball
Space
meets
Jam.
space.
Right. Basketball in space.
What's clear here is that there has to be some level of commitment, like Lesser Evil has done by naming their product Spaceballs. And they also have Cosmic Rings, which I guess are like Funyuns, but a Better For You Funyun. Or you go the limited edition route with like Oreo and Coke did and just test the waters here. But I wouldn't call this a marketing stunt as much as definitely something that is interesting. But the Pop Rocks, I'm not
What's
really
with
sure.
you and not wanting to call something a marketing stunt when it is?
Okay. You're right. All right. I do want to end on a positive note. Not that the Oreo space dunks are not positive.
They're fine.
They're fine.
Mm-hmm.
But a couple of weeks ago, I sat down with the founder of a company called Harkin. Harkin is the maker of Better For You candy bars. I guess the comparison to the candy bars that they make would be, these are not the Better For You ones, but like a Snickers or a Mars bar, so on and so forth. And so they have two varieties right now. They have the nutty one and the gooey one. So again, I met Katie Lefkowitz, who is the founder of Harkin Sweets, in an episode of Elevator Talk that we published a couple weeks back. And she sent me some samples. And I had the nutty one yesterday.
This is really good news.
Yes. Before I get into what I thought of it, I want to note what the ingredients are here. This is made with prebiotic tapioca fiber, dates, Jerusalem artichoke fiber, peanuts, palm oil, pea protein, oats, and a few other things. It's also sweetened with monk fruit. This is phenomenal.
This is the first we've seen come into the studio since Gigantic.
Yes.
So this is good for the market.
Exactly. This is a phenomenal product. I ate one yesterday. It doesn't stick to your teeth. I ate the nutty one yesterday. It doesn't stick to your teeth. It's really delicious. It's a perfect amount of sweetness. This is a snack that I will be eating over and over and over again. I am excited to try the gooey one. I haven't tried the gooey one yet, but the nutty one is just top notch. Well done.